It was tense, scratch that, electrifying in the ROC Nation offices. In this relentless 24/7 gossip era, the Carters have lounged on their invisible throne, untouchable and serene for decades. But today, that mythical calm? Shredded. After a wild series of explosive uploads supposedly traced to Nicki Minaj, the self-proclaimed queen of barbs, the music world collectively gasps. We're not chatting about a cute leaked demo or a petty Twitter spat. No, this is full-on footage, a treasure trove of behind-the-scenes moments allegedly spilling Beyoncé's deepest, darkest secrets, sparking a legal frenzy that has lawyers whispering sentencing like it's the next big horror flick. And when Jay-Z, the master of silent moves, finally breaks cover, the reaction is nuclear. Insiders say a mogul is watching, wide-eyed, as a billion-dollar persona teeters on the edge of ruin in real time. Meanwhile, the digital world has become a literal war zone. Legal squads scramble to erase every trace while fans clamor for the raw truth. But seriously, why now? Why would the most untouchable duo in music risk scorched earth tactics against Nicki, a powerhouse herself? The drama has leveled up from social media shade to full-blown courtroom chaos, whispers of shocking sentencing echoing everywhere. This isn't just friendship fallout, it's a tectonic shift in the music power hierarchy. Tonight, we break down the betrayal's history, the video that has Beyoncé's team sweating bullets, and Jay-Z's historic legal chess moves to guard his wife's legacy. Buckle up, the fallout is only just beginning, and the throne itself quivers. For nearly 20 years, the foundation of the industry has been glitter, illusion, and ironclad connections. Jay-Z and Beyoncé set the gold standard. They didn't just make music, they built a Carter fortress, a mini-sovereign kingdom where nothing left without approval. But times change. The walls scaled. The gates betrayed from within. And the culprit? Allegedly Nicki Minaj, a former ally turned courtroom rival. The reason? A stash of high-definition behind-the-scenes footage that was never meant for human eyes. And the clip that's now viral? It's not just a single snippet, it's a full-blown Pandora's box. We're talking hours of footage that supposedly pull back the velvet curtain on the Beyoncé empire, stress-filled rehearsals, brutal candid chats about rivals, and the raw, unpolished grind of living at the top. Jay-Z didn't blink. He exploded with calculated fury as these clips surfaced on hidden servers and sketchy social feeds. He knew instantly. This wasn't a PR oops, it was an outright legacy assassination. For years, the partnership between Beyoncé and Nicki Minaj was hailed as the apex of hip-hop power. They flaunted a flawless image of black excellence and female dominance. But as the hottest flames do, theirs burned out fast. According to insiders, the feud ignited behind the closed doors of award shows and streaming boardrooms, fueled by whispers of unpaid royalties, shelved projects, and feeling locked out by music's most untouchable duo. Now, this private leak has turned simmering tension into a full-blown Cold War. Insiders dub Jay-Z's move a total blackout strategy. Silent in style but deadly in effect, his legal squad's words echo worldwide. When the filings escalated past simple copyright claims, suddenly sentencing entered the conversation. The Carters aren't just asking for a cease and desist, they aim to set a precedent. Leaking private digital content is a criminal offense, punishable to the fullest. They argue it violates national and global privacy laws and ranks as top-tier intellectual property. The footage rattles not because it's illegal, but because it humanizes an icon who's been untouchable for 20 years. It shows grueling demands on staff, fiery multimillion-dollar deal discussions, and raw reactions to A-list peers. In a world where relatability sells, Beyoncé's brand thrives on exclusivity. This leak? It's an attempt to cheapen that mystique, to make the brand seem messy, accessible, and too real. Jay-Z knows the second the mystery fades, so does the premium price tag. The public's verdict has become the real courtroom, while the official legal drama unfolds. Sources say Jay-Z is quietly squeezing every platform sharing the footage, flexing his insane control over digital distribution to cleanse the internet. But welcome to the digital hydra. Cut off one head, 10 more pop up. On decentralized sites, clips resurface endlessly, driving Jay-Z mad in a frustrating game of whack-a-mole, prompting secretive IOC nation meetings insiders dub war councils. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj refuses to back down, dropping cryptic posts and deletions hinting the leaked footage is just the appetizer. Usually, a hush-money payment and a public apology quiet the storm. But when defiance persists, only a legal showdown can settle scores, and possibly spill even juicier secrets. This breach isn't just business, it's personal. Beyoncé has spent years crafting her story, and having a former ally hijack it is a full-blown betrayal. Jay-Z responds like a bodyguard of legacy, safeguarding both his wife's mental peace and the empire. Reports suggest the legal team is gunning for a shock-and-awe punishment, lifelong injunctions and crushing financial penalties designed to obliterate even a top-tier artist. The industry is split. Some see this as overdue transparency in an overly secretive sector, others scream dangerous precedent, a privacy violation for women everywhere. Jay-Z leans on the latter narrative, framing this as a digital crime threatening everyone's security, not a celebrity feud. As this saga unfolds, elite circles are exposed, alliances tested, and directors, producers, and co-stars face subpoenas or stricter contracts. The leaked fortress may have been penetrated, but the entry fee? Your entire career. Jay-Z is sending a crystal-clear warning. This saga is hitting a breaking point. The initial shock of the leak has given way to a calculated legal strike. Every download, share, and like of the video is being meticulously tracked by Jay-Z's team, building a digital paper trail straight to the culprit. This isn't about a simple win. They want a precedent, a cautionary tale for anyone thinking of crossing the line. The goal? A sentencing so ruthless that not even a superstar would dare repeat it. Tension peaks as the first chapter closes. Jay-Z moves from boardroom maneuvers to courtroom firepower, while the footage still ghosts across the dark web. The world watches, waiting to see if Beyoncé will step in or let her husband play the enforcer. One thing is certain, the bond between these rap icons is done. What remains is a court battle that could rewrite entertainment law for the next decade. As identities of those involved in the leak surface, the sentencing saga is just warming up, and the next chapter promises to be explosive. This isn't gossip anymore. The feud has escalated into full-blown corporate warfare, far beyond celebrity drama. The focus has shifted from what the footage shows to how it was stolen, as it continues to circulate online. Despite Jay-Z's disciplined inner circle, court filings reveal a man using every weapon in his arsenal to deliver a message. The Carter family's privacy is untouchable. The sentencing isn't about headlines, it's about obliterating anyone responsible, financially and professionally. The leaked content allegedly came from a secret digital vault, packed with years of unedited business dealings and private contacts. Industry insiders claim the leak was no accident, it was surgically precise. This is why Jay-Z's legal squad keeps hammering the word sentencing. They are framing it as a full-blown felony cybercrime, not some tabloid mishap. Rumors that the video exposes sensitive talks over multimillion-dollar deals and candid opinions on top-charting artists have cranked the tension to max, potentially igniting a chain reaction of new industry feuds. The ultimate wildcard? Nicki Minaj herself. Her public statements have sharpened from cryptic hints to direct accusations of sabotage. She alleges that Jay-Z's empire, ROC Nation, deliberately hindered her career by manipulating tour dates and chart positions to favor their own roster. The music world is now in a Mexican standoff. If Nicki leaks anything more, she risks unprecedented fines and permanent seizure of her royalties, basically being crushed by the system she once played in. Yet she refuses to back down. Paranoia reigns. Producers who worked with both camps are being corralled into secret sessions to safeguard their data. Jay-Z's reaction has forced a seismic shift in how unreleased music and footage are handled. But the shock factor isn't just the content. It's the reminder that even global superstars aren't immune to digital betrayal. For Beyoncé, whose brand thrives on quiet perfection, this is a grave violation. No legal victory can erase the sting of having her private, unfiltered self turned into a commodity without permission. She's spent her entire career turning art into a megaphone, and now the leak's origin is the centerpiece of Jay-Z's high-stakes legal chess game. Industry whispers say his digital forensic team is dissecting every file's metadata, hunting whether the breach came from a hack or some dusty old partnership loophole. The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, a heavyweight legal hammer allowing massive fines and jail time, sits squarely in the sentencing crosshairs. Jay-Z isn't playing feelings, he's framing this as a criminal digital offense, not a mere civil spat, sending a clear message. Cross the Carters, and it's prison or bankruptcy, not a PR headache. Meanwhile, the public is swirling in a storm of speculation. The Barbs are rallying, seeing Nicki Minaj as a fearless whistleblower exposing the music industry's shadows. To them, a billionaire threatening a woman who knows too much screams bullying. On the flip side, the Beehive is furious, viewing the leak as a desperate, uncouth move by a performer past her peak. Digital tribalism has turned the tension up to 11. With Jay-Z's team monitoring social media for every rogue post, the stage is set. A courtroom clash of epic proportions is not just likely, It's inevitable. Whispers claim Jay-Z's lawyers served Nicki Minaj's team a brutal ultimatum: a lifetime gag order covering everything she ever saw as a collaborator, a full public retraction, and the return of every piece of digital equipment used to store the leaked footage. Ignore it, and this spicy saga jumps from headlines straight into federal court. Stakes? Astronomical. A loss for Nicki could erase her ability to function independently in the music world. A loss for Jay-Z would hint that his empire isn't untouchable. The footage itself is jaw-droppingly detailed, professional grade, seemingly prepped for a secret documentary, not some shaky phone clips. Jay-Z's reaction? Pure contempt. Some segments allegedly show Beyoncé grinding through 18-hour rehearsals, which critics have twisted to suggest hostile work conditions. To him, this is a woman's work ethic weaponized against her. The real drama isn't just the videos, it's control over her story. The word sentencing hangs like a guillotine over everyone involved, as the industry debates: settle quietly, or watch the trial of the century unfold. Jay-Z is crystal clear. He wants a deterrent, not an apology. He's aiming for a sentence so ruthless it ends leaks as leverage forever. New clips keep surfacing, each one a grenade tossed into the Carter empire. Yet through the chaos, Jay-Z remains poised, waiting for the perfect legal strike. The next act? Criminal charges that could permanently reshape the relationship between artists and their digital creations. The sentencing drama marks the explosive finale of a friendship that erupted into full-blown warfare, not just gossip, but a perilous new chapter in this feud. As the initial shock of the leak settles, the cracks in the music industry's elite are glaring. Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj's head-to-head battle has forced every major player to pick a side. From New York to Los Angeles, boardrooms are buzzing with tension, as executives wrestle with the brutal reality that in the digital age, nothing stays secret. What was once urgent damage control has morphed into a ruthless, calculated purge of anyone suspected of aiding the leak. The controversial footage showing Beyoncé's raw, unfiltered side has stirred uproar far beyond music. Insiders reveal the most shocking elements: her grueling work ethic, candid discussions about streaming service politics, and revealing talks on income distribution across the industry. That's why Jay-Z's legal team is pushing for a historic sentence, a precedent that treats digital betrayal as a career-ending criminal act. While Jay-Z maintains a quiet public profile, his behind-the-scenes moves speak volumes. Sources say ROC Nation is auditing former partners, especially anyone who worked with Nicki Minaj and the Carters in the 2010s. Asset seizure is on the table, including profits from social media and outside reporting tied to the leaked footage. The leaked footage saga has now entered the courtroom limelight, with debates over sentencing dominating legal circles. Media outlets are on edge, covering the story could land them in hot water. Meanwhile, Beyoncé stays eerily silent, her legendary privacy letting Jay-Z play the enforcer. Insiders say the breach of trust has privately devastated her staff. After 30 years of meticulously crafting a flawless brand, this leak is a personal attack on Beyoncé's identity. For her, the sentencing isn't just legal, it's about reclaiming her narrative. The plan is ruthless: erase the video from the internet and officially mark it as stolen property, making possession illegal. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is turning up the heat, posting like a defiant whistleblower and framing herself as a rebel against monopoly. She hints that Jay-Z's threats reveal fear, not power, splitting fans into fierce camps. This drama has become a cultural litmus test. Should the public see the unvarnished truth, or respect an artist's privacy? The battle now dives into digital forensics, with Jay-Z's team working with top cyber experts to trace every byte from private servers to public circulation. For federal data theft charges to stick, they need an airtight link between the leaker and distribution. The stakes go beyond a single video. This is a warning: if even the Carter's fortress can be penetrated, no one is untouchable. According to reports, A-list celebrities are distancing themselves as the courtroom showdown intensifies. Major labels have allegedly held emergency meetings to safeguard their archives from a similar disaster. Jay-Z's reaction to the Nicki Minaj-Beyoncé clash has effectively rewritten the rules of studio security. Personal devices are now restricted in high-level sessions, and for decades to come, how breaches are handled will hinge on the leaker's fate. Recently submitted documents in a closed hearing reportedly pushed the tension to a breaking point. Jay-Z's team claims the records reveal extortion attempts, framing the leak as part of a scheme to demand multimillion-dollar settlements. If proven, sentencing could escalate from fines to jail time, turning a celebrity feud into full-blown criminal drama. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's track Calculated Fury is tied to international promotions, and he is allegedly coordinating with global legal bodies to block the footage worldwide, a move unprecedented in scale. The punishment sought could legally prevent the offender from profiting in music ever again. As this third act closes, the shockwave has become a drawn-out Cold War. Jay-Z leverages his wealth and legal firepower, while Nicki Minaj rallies her fans to exploit the internet's unstoppable reach. The battle threads through business secrets, personal betrayals, and digital leaks, all leading to the ultimate finish line, the courtroom. The next chapter promises the first formal hearing where the footage will be dissected under oath, and the full price of this betrayal will finally be revealed to the world. The courtroom buzzed with a tension more akin to a blockbuster premiere than a legal proceeding, but the stakes were brutally real. Jay-Z, in a sharp dark suit, exuded the calm of a man already seeing the game's end. Across the aisle, Nicki Minaj's team radiated a charged mix of defiance and grim acceptance. The nuclear option had finally arrived. At the peak of the sentencing drama, it was clear this was never just about a $200 million claim or a leaked video. It was about safeguarding the most powerful legacy in music and punishing absolute betrayal. The prosecution's approach was surgical, focusing on hard data rather than the sensationalized clips. Evidence of a meticulously executed digital breach bypassing multiple encryption layers was presented. Jay-Z's legal team reframed the leak as a corporate crime, emphasizing intellectual property over privacy, aiming for landmark sentencing, a permanent digital injunction and crippling fines designed to legally erase one of the world's biggest stars from using the Carter's brand. The shocking revelation? The footage wasn't merely leaked, it was allegedly sold abroad before being dumped online as a distraction. In court, Jay-Z offered a measured nod, silently affirming his criminal approach was right. Nicki Minaj's narrative shifted from whistleblower to distributor of stolen assets, reinforced by a surprise testimony from a former IOC Nation IT analyst tracing digital footprints to encrypted servers. The final sentencing shook the music world. While exact monetary figures remain secret, insiders confirm tens of millions were involved. The core penalty, however, was unprecedented. A federally backed internet scrub and permanent seizure of the stolen materials, a legal masterstroke rewriting the rules of digital accountability in the industry. Nicki Minaj's independent rebel brand took a crushing hit from the sentence. The internet may be wild, but the court made it crystal clear. Privacy and ownership laws have teeth, especially when wielded by a billionaire. The fallout extended far beyond the courtroom. Nicki's ties to the Carters were not just broken, they were legally obliterated. The sentencing reshaped the entire industry. Previously hesitant artists rushed to tighten NDAs and security protocols. Jay-Z drew a line in the sand. You're either inside the fortress or outside with no rights. With the king and queen reclaiming supremacy through the law, hip-hop's power balance has shifted. Yet the ghost of the leaked video still lingers online, tiny shards surfacing on decentralized servers reminding the world the untouchable Beyoncé had once been exposed. Victory, however, belongs to Jay-Z. Anyone daring to use leaks for leverage now risks complete legal and financial annihilation. He turned vulnerability into an unshakable display of power, subpoenas over diss tracks. Looking back, the era of Nicki Minaj-Beyoncé collaborations is over. The throne remains, encircled by a moat of legal fire. Jay-Z preserved his wife's legacy, but at the cost of a once-strong bond. Headlines will fade, the sentencing drama will end, but the lesson remains. Devotion grants entry to the Carter world. Betrayal costs everything. This wasn't just a leak. It was the end of an era. The digital age may promise transparency, but Jay-Z proved control is power. The industry now eyes the Carter fortress with unprecedented caution. The sun sets on this scandal. The footage may vanish, but the memory of sentencing is a permanent warning. Climb the Carter walls at your own peril. The verdict is in. The game has changed, and silence reigns. Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj's court battle will leave a permanent mark on music. Now the question remains, was Jay-Z's fierce response justified to protect his family's privacy, or was the industry due a wake-up call after Nicki Minaj's rebellion?